Good morning, everyone. We start with the new lesson in DBMS, that is Chapter 3, Relational Database Design. Do you remember the concepts used in Chapter number 2, Relational Database? Do you know what is a relation? Anybody, what is a relation?
Ma'am, the table.
Yeah, the relation is called as table. What does a
Data
table
arranged
have?
in data arranged in columns and attributes.
Data arranged in rows and
Rows
columns
and
is called
columns.
as table,
Yeah,
correct. What is the other name for rows? Rows are also
Tuple.
called as
tuple,
tuples,
tuple.
correct.
Tuple.
Columns are also called as
Attributes.
Attribute.
attributes. Now, can I say a row has a single value and it can have a multi-value also? Can a row
Yes,
of a
ma'am.
particular
Yes,
a row,
ma'am.
yes, a
Yes,
row
ma'am.
in a particular column can have a single value also and it can have multiple values also. But when I say it is a domain or if it is atomic, that means it has only single value. Then it cannot hold a multiple values. Then we had also seen different concept of keys in chapter number 2. We had unique key. So if we assign any column unique, that means all the values in that column should be different from the other values that are inserted. Then we had seen not null. What is not null? I cannot have the field or the data empty in that particular row or in any particular column. That means it should compulsorily have a value. That is called as not null. What was primary key? It was combination of not null and unique key. Then we had seen super keys. What was super key? Anybody, do you remember what is super key? Any
Unique
unique
and
key?
non-unique.
Yes, any unique and non-unique combination was the super key. That means set of unique and non-unique is considered to be as super key. Then do you remember what was candidate key?
Yes, ma'am. Multiple columns with unique values.
Correct. Multiple columns with unique value is considered to be as candidate key. And with the help of candidate key, I choose any one of the column as a primary key. So we had seen the concept of keys and the concept of relation database in chapter 2. Now, when I say relational database design, which means what we are going to see how this database is designed. And we have one more concept or one more model called as ER model. Do you remember ER model? Done in the first lesson.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Entity relationship model.
Entity relationship.
Correct. So we are going to represent our database in a diagrammatic view, and that diagrammatic view will be considered to be as entity relationship diagram. And then with the help of that ER diagram, I can convert that entire diagrammatic representation into a relational database that is in the form of tables. Or if I have a table, I can convert that table into a diagrammatic representation called as ER diagram. So you all know by now how to create a relational database, how to add the values in the relational database, and you know how to prepare the relational database. Now what are we going to learn today is how to convert that relational database into an ER diagram and how to convert it again back from ER diagram to a relational model. Okay. So before we start, let us see what is an ER model. So E in ER model stands for entity and R in ER model stands for relationship. Therefore, it is called as entity relationship model. Okay. It is a high level data model. That means we get to see only the overview from the diagram, but we do not get to see what are the values inside it or what is the value of each and every column or what is the value of each and every row. We just get to know what is the name of the table and what is the name of the database or what are the columns inside the table. But when I compare this ER with relation model, don't you think that in relation model I get to see the data also? Do you get to see the data in relation model?
Yes, we
Yes.
can see them.
So it provides us more internal view of the representation, whereas in ER model or in ER diagram, we do not get to see the internal view. We just get to see the high level view. जो बाहर से दिखता है उतना ही दिखेगा. We do not get to know what is inside. Okay. This model is used to define data elements and relationship of specified system. Data element means it tells you what are the different entities, what are the different relationship between the entities. So what is entity and what is the relationship will come in the slides ahead. It develops a conceptual design of the database. It also develops a very simple and easy design view of a data. So whatever design we are going to make, the design will be very simple to understand. And once if I see, I will understand that what database is, what are the tables inside the database, and what are the columns inside the table. In ER modeling, the database structure is portrayed as a diagram, and the diagram is called as ER diagram. Okay. So when I say I'm using ER model, which means what? I'm preparing a ER diagram. That diagram is going to give me a high level view, which will have only the name of the database, the name of the table, and only the name of the columns inside the table. I won't be able to see what are the values that each and every column is holding. Clear? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Next, let us understand what do you mean by entity in ER diagram, and then what do you mean by relationship in ER diagram. Okay, what is entity? An entity can be anything in the form of real world object, which can be easily which is easily identifiable. So any real object that you see in the world, and if you are able to identify that, we can consider it as an entity. Okay, so can you identify a class? Can you see the class? Classroom dikhega when you go to the college? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So class
Yes.
becomes your entity. Can you see any other person and identify who that person is? Yes. So it becomes a entity. If you go to a particular place and if you know that place, can you identify that place? Yes. So place also becomes a entity. If you go and meet some teacher, can you identify that teacher? Yes. So again, teacher can become a entity. If I go and try to meet any student, will I be able to identify that student? Yes. So student also becomes a entity. Now, if I'm studying in semester 4, I have different courses. Can you identify the courses by its name? Yes. You know, if it is DBMS, it will have except it will have 1, 2, 3 in the DBMS. If it is OS, it will have 1, 2, 3 in OS. If it is maths, it will have calculations in maths. So course is also considered to be as an entity. So anything as a real world object is considered to be as an entity. Okay. For example, in a school database, student can be an entity, teacher can be an entity, class can be an entity, table can be an entity, staff room can be an entity, library can be an entity, exam section can be an entity, then your gymkhana can be an entity. So all these things inside the database, if you can see them and if you are able to identify them, then they are considered to be as entity. Okay, understood what is entity?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So now if I tell you that you have a database of your database of a university, will you be able to identify what will be the entities of that university database?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if anything that you can see as a real world object for that university, all those things will be considered as entity. Okay, so now when we draw a ER diagram, how are you supposed to represent this entity? This entity are represented in ER diagram with the form of rectangles. ठीक है, तो आपको अगर entity बनाना है आपके diagram में, तो how you are supposed to make? You are supposed to write the name of that entity in a rectangular box. ठीक है, if it is rectangular box, then only it is considered as entity. So see, employee, if it is a organization, कोई office है, तो office में departments है, department is one of the entity. Offices में employees भी है, so employee is also one of the entity. So if I want to represent these two entities, I can represent them in the form of a rectangular box. So I have to put employee in a rectangular box and department into a rectangular box. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
both of
ma'am.
them,
Yes, ma'am.
both of them are considered to be as entity. So you do not have to write that employee is entity and department is entity. Everything inside the rectangle is by default considered to be as entity. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All these entities have some attributes or properties that give them their identity. Now, employee is an entity, department is an entity. Now, if I want to identify them as entity, I have to attach attributes or properties to it. When I attach attributes and properties to it, entity becomes identifiable. Okay, so if I attach some attributes to it, my entity will be identifiable. If I attach some attributes over here, this entity will also become identifiable. So how do you add attributes? The attributes are nothing but the column names that you add in front of your entity. So can anyone tell me employee को क्या क्या attribute हो सकते हैं?
Employee ID.
Name.
हाँ, employee ID, employee name, email ID, address, phone number,
Department.
then department, age, date of birth, whatever you feel
Department.
like. Department. All these are properties or all these are attributes which can be attached to the entity employee. And because of these attributes, your entity becomes more identifiable. Okay. Now tell me about department. Can it have department number, department name, number of employee working, then salary for that particular department, then
Manager.
manager of that department.
Department.
Sorry, Nishit, you said something.
Department manager.
Department manager, yes. So whatever entities or whatever attributes you feel like to add, all those can be added to the department entity also. And when you add the attributes, you make that entity identifiable. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So now just tell me, can I say an entity is a table and attributes are the columns of that table? I repeat.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I say an entity is a table and all the properties that I attach becomes the attributes or column of that particular table? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if I give you only this much ER diagram, okay, with all those attributes attached as we just discussed, can you convert that into a relational model?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
How many?
ma'am,
Haan.
but an entity is supposed to be a single row, right? An entity set is supposed to be a table. Is considered a table, right? An
Wait,
entity
wait.
set.
Wait, we will come ahead to that. For now, answer me. How many tables will you make? 2 tables. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
One table will be employee, another table will be department.
Department.
Employee के जो भी attributes हमने discuss किए, those will become the columns. And department के जो भी attributes discuss किए, those will become the column of the department table. Okay, is this entity understood up till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, now we have something called as weak entity. Now what do you mean by weak entity? An entity that depends on another entity is called as weak entity. Now when I talk about this particular entity employee, we had made employee ID as a column. Did we add employee ID as a column? Yes. Can I make that employee ID as a primary key of the table?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, so the entity which has a primary key is considered to be as a strong entity, and the entity which does not have a primary key and which is dependent on some another entity for the primary key is considered to be as weak entity. And how do we define this weak entity? By the double rectangle. ठीक है, दैट मीन्स लोन के पास, लोन एंटिटी के पास उसका खुद का प्राइमरी की है, बट इंस्टॉलमेंट जो एक एंटिटी है दैट डजंट हैव अ प्राइमरी की, देयरफॉर इट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन द प्राइमरी की ऑफ द लोन एंटिटी. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so the entity which has primary key is considered to be as a strong and it is denoted by single rectangular box, but the entity which does not have a primary key and if it is dependent on some another entity primary key, it is considered to be as weak, and we mark that weak entity with double rectangle. Okay, now this doesn't mean that installment will not have its own attributes. It can have its attributes, any attributes that you want, but it will not have a primary key. That means I do not know what primary key can be added to that particular entity. Therefore, I am making it dependent on the strong entity. Clear?
Yes.
ma'am.
But if we add a primary key called installment number, it will become a strong entity,
Strong.
right?
Yes, it will become a strong entity. करेक्ट. अगर मैंने इसको कुछ डाल दिया इंस्टॉलमेंट आईडी या कस्टमर आईडी ऐसा कुछ डाल दिया तो इट विल बिकम अ स्ट्रॉन्ग एंटिटी. ओके.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is attributes. What are attributes? They are nothing but the columns of the table. Okay, so entities are represented by means of their properties and they are called as attributes. So when I add properties to an entity like ID, name, and phone number, email ID, age, date of birth, etc., all these becomes the attribute of a entity. All the attributes have values. Will ID have some values? Yes, 1 2 3 4. Will employee name have values? Yes, John, Peter, Bob, etc. will be the values. Will age have the values? Yes, 10 20 30 40 like this. So every attribute that I add, all those attributes will be having some or the other kind of values. Okay. Eclipse is used to represent the attribute. So we saw rectangle is for entity, double rectangle is for weak entity. Such kind of eclipse is for the, actually the circle hai, but it should be eclipse. Eclipse means oval shape. Okay, so your eclipse is used to add the attribute inside the entity. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have a student as a entity where ID, phone number, name and age are the attributes, or they can be called as columns for the student table. Understanding?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
They are represented with oval. Okay, next is we have different types of attributes. See, like this, they are represented like this in a form of oval. Okay, now we have different types of attributes. Which are those? First one is simple attributes. What do you mean by simple attributes? Simple attributes are atomic values. Atomic means what? Only single value can be stored. तो अगर ID है तो 101 ही store होगा. I cannot have 101, 102 as ID. If I make name as simple attribute, what does it mean? That it cannot be broken ahead. Broken ahead means I cannot divide that particular attribute. So simple attributes are atomic values which cannot be divided further. So for example, I can, in this particular student entity, I can make phone number as a simple attribute. Why I can make simple attribute is because can I divide the phone number? ऐसे divide कर सकते हैं 982 304 अलग, then 678 अलग? No. So the attributes which cannot be divided ahead, all those attributes are considered to be as simple attributes. Can I divide ID 1 and then 0 and then 1 like that? No. So the attributes which cannot be divided are called as simple attributes. Clear? The next is composite attribute. What do you mean by composite? The attributes which can be divided are called as composite attributes. Now let us take an example of name. Can I divide name as first name, middle name and last name? Yes.
Yes.
So when I could divide any attribute, they are considered to be as a composite attribute. Now take an example of address. Can I divide address as flat number, building number, city, state, pin code like this? Yes.
Yes.
So when I could divide that particular attribute, I will consider it as a composite attribute. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So the one
Yes,
which cannot be divided are simple. The one which can be divided are composite. So how do you add composite attribute? Composite attribute can be added like this. I have name as the main attribute, which is further divided as first name, middle name and last name. तो आप क्या करोगे? अगर आपका डायग्राम ऐसा है तो आप नेम को ही आगे 3 में डिवाइड करोगे. फर्स्ट नेम, सेकेंड नेम एंड मिडिल नेम एंड थर्ड नेम. ओके, अगेन it is an attribute, it will be represented in eclipse only. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us see next, that is derived attribute. What do you understand by derived attribute? Derived मतलब क्या? Derive किया है मतलब क्या?
It is derived from something another.
Yes. That means it is derived from some other component. So if I give you date of birth, if I give you my date of birth, can you calculate my age?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So what is age? Age is nothing but the derived attribute. Okay. So if I give you some another attribute and based on that another attribute, if you can find out the current value of the attribute, it is considered to be as derived. Okay, so for example, in this student table, if in the student entity, if I have one more attribute called as date of birth, from that date of birth you can derive one more attribute which is called as age. Okay, so what is that derived attribute? They do not exist in physical database, but their values are derived from some another attribute that is present in the database. So what is present in my database? In my database, date of birth is present. I cannot find age, but by that date of birth, I am able to find out the age also. Clear?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you specify the derived attribute? Derived attribute are specified with a dash ellipse. Dash ellipse. Can you see? इधर एक रहेगा date of birth, इधर है birth date है. So birth date के साथ, by using this birth date, I could derive the age. Therefore, I have marked this age as a dashed ellipse, which means it is nothing but the derived attribute. Okay. Date of birth is simple attribute, and using that simple attribute, I have derived the age. Clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
So if you want to represent derived attribute in your ER diagram, you are supposed to use this dash ellipse. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is single value attribute. What is single value attribute? Single value means what?
It contains
Only one
only one
value.
value.
It will store only one value. For example, PAN card number. Can I have multiple PAN card numbers?
No.
No, ma'am.
So PAN card number of a particular person is considered to be as single value. Can I have email as single value?
No.
No. Why?
No,
Because
no,
I can
ma'am.
create more than one email IDs. Can I have Aadhaar card as a single value?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Why? Because it is again,
Yes.
I cannot have multiple Aadhaar card numbers. So all those attributes that contain only a single values, they are considered to be a single value attribute. Clear? What is the difference in single value and simple? Simple cannot be divided, and single will hold only single values. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Then next we have multi-value attribute. Multi-value means what?
It contains one
Contain multiple values.
I can have more than one values. So can I have email ID as multi-value attribute?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Can I have phone number as multi-value attribute?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay. So all those columns where I can have more than one values can be considered as multi-values. Okay. So how do you define multi-value? Multi-values are defined with double ellipse. Okay, represented with double ellipse or double oval. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have seen composite attribute. We have seen composite attribute, which means they can be divided further. They are denoted with an ellipse like this. So जिसको divide करना है उसके ही extension पे आपको आगे ये ellipse लगाने हैं. Okay? What is multi-value? An attribute having more than one value is called multi-value, and it is denoted with double ellipse or double oval. Okay? Derived attribute, that means they do not exist, but they can be found out with the help of some another attribute. So they are denoted in ER diagram with the help of this dash ellipse. Okay.
Ma'am,
Next.
what is the use of ma'am, what is the use of adding and derived attribute in the ER diagram? As it
There is
will not
no
be in the
use.
table itself.
It is not there in the table, but it is just in case that we can derive if we want. आगे जाके फ्यूचर में अगर टेबल में एज कॉलम ऐड करना है या फाइंड आउट करना है, सो वी डू नॉट हैव टू add the new values of it or go and search for new values. We can simply consider date of birth, calculate on our own and add them. That is the purpose of derived attribute. So in case अभी मेरे पास टेबल में क्या है, स्टूडेंट टेबल में सिर्फ रोल नंबर, नेम और बर्थ डेट. So with these three also my table is going to execute, or whatever I want to perform, all those operations will be done. But in case if in future I require that attribute, and if I cannot work without that attribute, so I do not have to go to each and every student and ask about the age. I will just use that date of birth and calculate the age. Okay. So the purpose of derived attribute is if in case they are used in future, you do not have to go and search for the records. You can easily find the records from whatever is existing in the table. Okay. So tomorrow, suppose the next year if you pass out and if I want to find your age, will I come to you and ask you for your age? No. I have your date of birth. I will take that date of birth and I'll calculate your age. Okay. So for now, when you are there in the college, I don't require. But it might happen that once you are left and if I want to find out, I will not search you and your address and your phone number. I will directly see the date of birth and I will derive it. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this was all about entity and the attributes of entity. What is entity? Anything that exists in a real world is considered to be as entity. How it is represented in the ER diagram with the help of
A rectangle.
Rectangle.
rectangle. What are the two types of entities? Strong and weak. Strong entity is the entity which has its own primary key. Weak entity is the entity which does not have its own primary key and therefore it is dependent on some another entity and the primary key of that entity. If it is weak entity, it is denoted by double rectangle. Every entity in the ER diagram has some properties and those properties are called as attributes, which in turn becomes the column of the table. Okay. What are the different types of attributes? Simple,
Multi-level.
simple, multi-level,
Composite.
Single.
simple, composite, derived, single value and multi-value. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
can you use all these things and draw the ER diagram up till here?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. Let us see next now the R part of the ER model. What is that R? It is nothing but relationship. So what do you mean by relationship? It is used to describe a relation between the two entities. That means whenever I want to join any two entities, I cannot directly join them with a straight line. I should have some or the other relation between them to join those two entities. Okay. So how are relationship identified or how are they represented? They are represented with a diamond or a rhombus. Okay. So this symbol of a diamond is used to represent a relation. Okay. And when do you add a relation? You add a relation when you want to connect the two entities. Because two entities cannot be connected directly. So to connect them, we have to identify any kind of relationship between them. Okay. So now if we have two entities, teacher and student, what can be a relationship between them? Teacher teaches student. Okay. Or you can also have a relationship. What can be a relationship between student and teacher? If I make one box over here as student and one box over here as teacher, what can be a relationship between student and teacher?
Is taught by or learns from.
Yes, a student learns from teacher. Can I have student and library as entity?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
What can be a relationship between student and library?
Student studies in library.
Okay, for some of you, it may have student studies in library. For me, it can be student issues books from library. Okay, so everyone will be having different kind of relationship. But see to it that there has to be a relationship between two entities. Okay, can I have a entity called as student and college?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What can be a relationship? Student goes to college. Okay. So goes to becomes what? It becomes a relationship between student and college. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So two entities
Yes,
can
ma'am.
have any relation between them. And why that relation is required? Because they cannot be connected directly. Therefore, there has to be some or the other kind of relation. Clear? And how do we identify that relationship? Or how do we define? By using a diamond shape. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now we
ma'am.
have different, okay. We have different types of relationship. What are they? One to one to many to one, many to many. Okay. One to one means what? when only one instance of entity is associated with the relationship, then it is known as one to one relationship. मतलब अगर एक entity exactly दूसरे एक ही entity के साथ involved है, then it is called as one to one. For example, a female can marry to one male and male can marry only to one female. So I can call this as one to one relationship. One female is married to one male, if I read like this. But when I read like this, it will become one male married to one female. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
So this becomes one to one relationship. अगर दोनों entity का involvement one to one है, so 1:1 है, I will call it as one to one relationship. Is this understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us go to the next, one to many. One to many means what? When only one instance of entity on the left, that means this one instance of entity on the left is associated with more number of entities on its right hand side, then it is considered to be as one to many relationship. तो left का involvement कितना है? 1, but right का involvement कितना है? m. That means more than one, therefore it is m, and therefore we call it as one to many relationship. So how do you define such kind of relationship? See, one scientist can invent multiple inventions. Yes or no? एक scientist multiple invention कर सकता है क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is one to many relationship. Now can I have like this? One teacher teaches multiple course. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
One teacher teaches multiple students. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
One employee works in multiple departments. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So this also,
He
so
can-
all
it
these
can-
are considered to be, sorry,
Nothing.
Soham? So this is one to multiple or one to many relationship. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
तो जिसका इन्वॉल्वमेंट 1 है उधर आप 1 लिखोगे, जिसका इन्वॉल्वमेंट मल्टीपल है आप उधर m लिखोगे. ओके?
Yes, ma'am.
आपको ऐसा ER डायग्राम में लिखना है, ठीक है? जो एंटिटीज 1:1 है उधर 1:1 लिखोगे, जिसका 1 to m है उधर 1 to m लिखोगे. ओके? Now next type of relationship is many to one. One to many में क्या था? लेफ्ट का इन्वॉल्वमेंट 1 था, राइट का इन्वॉल्वमेंट मल्टीपल था. तो many to one में क्या होगा? लेफ्ट का इन्वॉल्वमेंट विल बी मल्टीपल और राइट का इन्वॉल्वमेंट कैन बी 1.
One.
Correct? So how do I read this? Multiple students can enroll in one course. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So 60 students have enrolled in the course DBMS. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have like this? Multiple students have issued the book of maths. Can I have this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is many to one relationship. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So जिसका
Yes, ma'am.
इन्वॉल्वमेंट मल्टीपल टाइम्स है, देयर यू विल राइट m. जिसका इन्वॉल्वमेंट सिंगल बार है, देयर यू विल राइट 1. ओके?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Next we have the last one, many to many. Many to many means what? Both the left and
Both are multiple.
yes, both are multiple times involved. The one at the left is also involved for the more than one time, and the one at the left is also involved more than one time. So what will I write? I will write m is to m. That is many to many. Okay. For example, employee can assign by many projects, and projects can have many employee. Many employees can have many projects. Many projects can have many employees. Are you understanding this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? So this is many to many. So once you make a ER diagram, and when you have all the entities and all the relationships designed, you can assign all of these types of relationships. Employee क्या है? But it's written employee, not employee. So how can it be many? Relationship देखो ना, entity का नाम क्यों देख रहे हो? We are talking about relationship over here, not the name of the employee. Employee can be assigned to many project. Okay, that means many employees can be there in many of them. When I read it is employees. Many employees can be assigned to many project. Many project can be assigned to many employee. आप देखोगे when I'm reading दोनों को I am assigning employees and projects. Okay, but when I'm writing it is only employee and project. Entities, एक minute. Entities are always singular form. In singular form, ये ऐसा, see we are not checking grammar over here. Let it be singular form or plural form, whatever it is. But when I'm assigning the relationship, I can think like that. I do not know कि real में एक ही employee एक project है कि एक project एक employee में है. I do not know that, but I can have many employee working in many of the project. I can have many project working, having many employees. Okay. This is what is relationship I am talking about. It may happen that when you go actually into the database, you see there may be only one employee with one project. But I can have a relationship like this, that in future, if you want, you can have multiple people working on multiple project and multiple project having multiple employee. Nishit, are you understanding? Nishit नहीं, Nishant, sorry. किसने पूछा था? निशित ने पूछा ना?
Nishant.
Okay. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So if it is 1 to 1, you will write 1 and 1 on both the ends. If it is 1 to many, जिसका participation 1 है उसका 1 आएगा, जिसका many है उसका many आएगा. If it is many to 1, जिसका many है there you will write m, जिसका 1 है there you will write 1. If both are multiple times involved, you will write m in both the places. Okay. Now we also call this concept of 1 to 1, 1 to many to 1 and many to many as mapping cardinalities. Instead of different types of relationship, we can also call them mapping cardinalities. What is cardinality? It defines number of entities in one entity set which can be associated with number of entities of other set via a relationship set. That means एक entity के अंदर अगर दूसरे बहुत सारे entities है, they can be associated with other entity set but in common with the help of a relationship. Okay, so we have same 1 to 1. एक minute, huh? The diagram I have copied is not having the arrows clearly. Wait a minute. Okay, can you see this diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What relationships we have? One to one, one to many to one, and many to many. What are cardinalities that we just saw? Cardinality means the number of entities in one entity set. Entity set means what? When I have more than one entities, I can have an entity set. For example, if I show you this particular ER diagram, can you see that diagram clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, can you identify what are the entities from this diagram?
Student, address, course, lecturer, subject.
Student, lecturer, subject, and course. These are the four entities. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is
Yes, ma'am.
entity set? What is entity set? Entity set is nothing but the list of all these four entities is considered to be as entity set. Clear?
Yes.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
list, when I mention all the four entities together, I form an entity set. Okay. So now where were we? We were talking about cardinalities. Okay. So cardinality defines number of entities in one entity set, which is associated with number of entities in the other set. So we have two entity set, and एक entity set के अंदर जो entities है, those are associated with the other entities of the other entity set. But उन दोनों के बीच में क्या है? There is a relationship. What kind of relationship? It can be either one to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many. This relationships can be existing. Now, if you see from the diagram in one to one, what is this? P1, P2, P3, P4? Those are nothing but the entities. Okay. What is this? D1, D2, D3, D4? Those are also different entities. How are they associated? P1 is associated with D1, P2 with D2, P3 with D3, and P4 with D4. So exactly one entity is associated with another entity. So when I have exactly one associated with another, it is called as one to one. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Next is one to many. One to many means one can be associated with multiple entities of the other entity set. So P1 is associated with B1 also and with B2 also. So this is called as one P1 associated with multiple entities called B1 and B2. P2 associated with multiple entities called as B3 and B4. Next I have many to one. Many to one means B1 and B2 multiple entities are associated with one single entity called as P1. Multiple B3 and B4 is associated with one single entity called as P2. Okay. What will be many to many? A1 is associated with B2 also, with B4 also. A2 is with B2 also, B3 also. A3 is with B1 and it is with B3. So anything can go anywhere for multiple times. Okay. But since we cannot represent them like this, therefore we use the concept of writing this in the ER diagram. Are you understanding?
Yes,
So the
ma'am.
concept of mapping cardinalities is represented in ER diagram with the help of such kind of representation. Clear? Because it is not always necessary to prepare entity set. We can also have the relationship between two entities separately inside the ER diagram. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So is this clear up till here? What is entity? Types of entity, attributes, type of attributes, and relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now these are the notations of the ER diagram. We already know. Rectangle as entity, diamond as relation, ellipse as attribute, double rectangle as weak entity. Now how we have relationship as strong, we can have relationship also as weak. So if you want, we can add some attributes to relationship also. So if we add the attributes and if that is dependent, we call it as weak relationship. Okay. If it is double oval, it is multi-value. Okay. Before that, one more thing. If it is like this extension, we call it as composite attribute. Now, I think I missed this. Just a minute. Key attribute. Now, what do you mean by key attribute? As I told that an entity can have a primary key as an attribute, correct? If it does not have, means what? It is a weak entity. So how do you identify that this is a particular primary key of a entity? By using a dash below the name of the attribute. So when I put a text underline or an underline below a text, that particular attribute becomes the key attribute. Which key attribute? Primary key attribute of that particular entity. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
अगर एक एंटिटी को कोई भी एट्रीब्यूट को प्राइमरी की बनाना है तो यू जस्ट हैव टू पुट अ अंडरलाइन इन द डायग्राम एंड दैट अंडरलाइन इंडिकेट्स दैट इट इज अ प्राइमरी की एट्रीब्यूट. अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so with all these notations you can now draw the ER diagram. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you draw a ER diagram for following cases? Just write in your notebook the cases. First case for ER diagram is university. Second, hospital. First is university. Second is hospital. Third, you can have hotel or hotel management. Hospital can also be written as hospital management. Did I tell you library?
No, ma'am.
Then next is library management. And then next is bank management. Can you draw ER diagrams for all of this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now see, remember one thing. There is no fixed answer for ER diagram. My ER diagram for bank can be different from ER diagram of yours. मेरा हॉस्पिटल का ER डायग्राम अलग होगा आपके हॉस्पिटल के ER डायग्राम से. तो इसका कोई करेक्ट आंसर नहीं है, ठीक है? बट व्हाट इज चेक्ड व्हेन यू ड्रॉ द ER डायग्राम? आर द नोटेशंस क्लियर? क्लियर मीन्स करेक्ट. अगर एंटिटी है तो रेक्टेंगल ही है क्या? एट्रीब्यूट है तो एक्लिप्स ही है क्या? मल्टीपल एट्रीब्यूट्स मल्टी वैल्यू है तो उसको डबल एक्लिप्स है क्या? ऑल दिस इज चेक्ड. ओके, दैट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग. Second thing, whenever you start drawing the ER diagram, what is the first thing that you have to identify is every time first find out the entities. Write down somewhere whatever I'm telling. Whenever you start drawing the ER diagram, the first thing that you remember is always identify all the entities that you want for that particular scenario. Library है तो library के लिए कौन से entities लगेंगे लिख के लो. कॉलेज है तो कॉलेज के लिए कौन से एंटिटीज लगेंगे लिख के लो. आफ्टर यू आइडेंटिफाई द एंटिटीज, फाइंड आउट द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द एंटिटीज. वंस द रिलेशनशिप इज आइडेंटिफाइड, थर्ड थिंग इज add the attributes to the entities. Once the attributes are added, find out whether you have added all the different types of attributes that you have studied. ER diagram में सिंपल एट्रीब्यूट भी होना चाहिए, कंपोजिट भी होना चाहिए, मल्टी वैल्यू भी होना चाहिए, डिराइव भी होना चाहिए और सिंगल वैल्यू भी होना चाहिए. ओके, सी टू इट दैट व्हेन यू डिसाइड द एंटिटीज, एटलीस्ट ट्राई टू पुट वन वीक एंटिटी इफ यू कैन. सारे स्ट्रॉन्ग रहेंगे तो भी चलेगा, बट एटलीस्ट ट्राई टू पुट वन वीक एंटिटी. ठीक है? आफ्टर यू हैव एडेड द एट्रीब्यूट्स, fifth thing is, or the next thing is, you are supposed to specify the relationship. 1 to 1 कौन सा है, 1 to many कौन सा है, many to 1 कौन सा है और many to many कौन सा है. It is not necessary that your ER diagram should cover all the 4, but it should have the relationship. It may happen that it is many to many, many to 1 only. It may happen that it is only 1 to 1 and 1 to many. So, but at least try to put relationships in your ER diagram. ठीक है, इज दिस क्लियर अप टिल हियर?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, ये सब चीज होना चाहिए, अगर ये है तो यू गेट अ गुड मार्क्स। बट डोंट अज्यूम कि मेरा आंसर और आप दूसरे का आंसर सेम ही होना चाहिए, बिकॉज यू माइट थिंक समथिंग डिफरेंट, द ऑपोजिट पर्सन मे नेवर थिंक। Okay, so your entities will also be different, your attributes will also be different, and your relationship names will also be different. So for one database or for one ER diagram, if you 60 people are drawing, I can have 60 different views. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So how the marks are given based on your notations and based on whatever you have covered in the diagram. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you do one small homework for now in 2 minutes? For the database, hostel and hospital, just give me 4 entities. सब अपने अपने बुक में कोई भी 4 entities लिखो for hotel and hospital. Do that. It is 11:20. हाँ
मैम वो रेक्टेंगल वाला ना मैम?
हाँ, rectangle is entity. Rectangle वाला. It is 11:22. I give you time till 11:25. ठीक है, 4 entities for both of them. I may ask anybody. Om, mute your mic.
I'm hospital and
Hotel.
okay.
प्रथम ये ओम को फोन करो और उसको
Yes.
बोलो मैडम को जवाब दे।
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ,
मैम मैं ही म्यूट कर दूं उसको, मैं होस्ट हूँ तो फिर।
has anyone finished?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, प्रथम बोलो।
Ma'am, in hospital it is doctor,
हाँ,
patient, nurse
हाँ,
और medicine.
ओके।
बस 4 ही लिखा है मैम मैंने, और होटल में मैंने 2 लिखा है, मैनेजर और गेस्ट।
सॉरी, होटल में कौन से?
मैनेजर और गेस्ट्स।
मैनेजर और गेस्ट, ओके। वर्षिल?
Rooms reservation.
रूम रिजर्वेशंस, करेक्ट। और हॉस्पिटल में क्या क्या लिखा?
Medical store.
मेडिकल स्टोर्स, ओके। और
Ma'am.
हाँ, यस
Okay,
ताहिर।
let Varshil complete first.
सॉरी,
Let Varshil complete first. Sorry.
ओके, या वर्षिल, यू वांट टू टेल एनी अदर नेम्स?
No, ma'am.
ठीक है, बोलो ताहिर।
Ma'am, hospital में patient name, bed ID, room number and doctor
नहीं,
assigned
नहीं,
to the patient.
ऐसा सब नहीं। These are your entities.
अच्छा, these
Ma'am,
are
these are
attributes.
attributes.
हाँ, ये एट्रीब्यूट्स हो गए। एंटिटीज क्या होगा? सिर्फ डॉक्टर और क्या क्या आपने बोला?
Patient,
हाँ,
patient.
डॉक्टर, पेशेंट, These
Yes,
can be
yes.
entities. You cannot have patient ID as entity. That becomes attribute. Okay. Sakshi, bolo. Sonia,
Yes, ma'am.
बताओ क्या क्या बताओ. Okay.
Ma'am, for hospital or hotel.
Anything, both. फटाफट, both.
Ma'am, for hospital, doctor, nurse, patient, pharmacy,
Okay.
receptionist.
हाँ.
And for hotel, manager, housing staff, guest, banquet.
Correct. Okay. You can have all this. Sanika. Sanika is there?
Yes, ma'am.
बोलो.
For hospital, I have written doctor, nurse, appointments, and a medical store. And for hotel, rooms, customers, then a restaurant and different services.
Okay. Now from the hospital with the appointment entity which you have made, now you can make that as weak entity also. Correct? Because
Yes.
when you give appointment numbers, it will be unique to the patient. And when you give appointment date can be common for 2-3 patients. So you can have appointment entity as weak, which is dependent on patient. Correct? Understood? Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have such kind of entities, you can make them weak, where you cannot assign any primary key. Okay? So will you complete the ER diagram by Monday? Yes or no?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So let us go to the next topic.
So मैम
हाँ.
फॉर प्रैक्टिकल कोई भी यार डायग्राम का कोई भी टॉपिक ले सकते हैं ना मैम, मतलब
कोई
यूनिवर्सिटी,
भी,
होटल,
कोई
हॉस्पिटल.
जरूरी नहीं है इसमें से. अगर आपको इससे भी कुछ अच्छा बनाना है और दूसरा, वो भी आप ले सकते हो. ठीक है?
ओके मैम.
Any scenario you can consider, whatever you feel like. Yes, Nishit?
डिजिटल फॉर्मेट में भी बना सकते हैं.
See, I think it will be better if you draw in the book and then take a photo and upload. Because see, I could have suggested you draw it in the Word by making those rectangles and square and circles and all. But I think that will waste too much of time of yours. So better you draw notebook में, take a photo and upload there. ठीक है?
ओके मैम.
Rest choice is yours. This is what I have suggested, but if you want, you draw in that way also. ठीक है?
ओके मैम.
Because everybody is not having laptops. Some of them are working on mobiles also. So for them, it will become difficult. Okay, your choice. So let us go next. The ER model has a power of expressing the database entities in a conceptual hierarchical manner. As a hierarchy goes up, it generalizes the views of entities, and as we go in deep in the hierarchy, it gives us a detail of every entity. ऊपर से देखोगे तो हमको सिर्फ रिलेशनशिप और एंटिटीज और एट्रीब्यूट्स दिखेंगे, but when you actually go inside, you understand that which entity is associated to which other entity, what is the relation between them, what are the respective attributes, which is assigned as multi-value, which is assigned as primary key, which is assigned as weak, which is assigned as derived. So when you go in the hierarchical manner from top to down, you get to know it details. But when you view it only from up, you just get a general view of what? Of ER diagram. Now you have two things additional in your ER diagram. One concept is generalization and other concept is specialization. If your ER diagram has these two things, that means your ER diagram is complete. अभी तक हमने जो पढ़ा, that is, suppose out of 10 you will get 7 and 8 depending upon what concept and what intelligence you have used. But if you try to inculcate this generalization and specialization, and if it is perfect, you may get entire full marks also. So let us see what is that generalization and what is specialization. Generalization is a bottom-up approach in which two or more entities of lower level are combined to form a higher level entities. That means two of the lower entities will be combined and they will be converted into one higher. For example, 1 and 2 will be combined to form 3. Okay, that is what is generalization. Lower level ka 1 and 2 will be combined and they will form one top level or one higher level 3. Okay. In generalization, entities are combined to form a more generalized entity, that is subclasses are combined to make a superclass. नीचे के दो subclasses also called as lower level will be combined to form a higher level or will be combined to form a superclass. Now let us see how do you do that. Just wait for a moment. This diagram of rectangle is displayed wrong over here. Huh? Wait a minute. Can I draw it? Okay, I'll open a Word file. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now don't refer this diagram. What is generalization? Two lower entities. Now look into the word file. Huh? Two lower entities are combined together to form a single entity. Okay. So when I have this kind of representation, I call it as a generalization. Okay. Okay. So what I have written over here as faculty, this is written as student, and this is written as person. Okay. So what I'm doing, faculty is A. Now, whenever you want to add generalization and specialization in your ER diagram, it is always added with this particular triangle in your ER diagram. Okay, this triangle. What is that triangle called? It is called as is a relationship. Okay. So whenever you add generalization, there has to be is a relationship. Whenever you add specialization, at that time also it should have is a relationship. Okay. But how do you define them? The way of drawing them is different. When it is generalization, what am I doing? The lower attributes, lower entities are combined to form the higher entity. Okay. So the subclasses are combined to form a super class. So can I say faculty is a person? Can I say this?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. Now can
Yes,
I
ma'am.
say student is a person?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I have two lower entities, which can be combined and formed one single entity, I call it as a generalization. I repeat, when I have two lower entities and when I can combine both of them into one single entity, I call it as generalization. So I can combine faculty and student both into a category of entity called as person. And when I do that, and when I go from bottom to top, I call it as generalization. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
So how is
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
How is this triangle? Triangle is pointing upwards. Yes or no? So therefore, we are reading like this: faculty is a person, student is a person. But when I come to specialization, what is specialization? A specialization is a top-down approach. That means ऊपर के दो entities will be combined and formed the bottom entity. So what can I do? I have to just replace this triangle like this. So when I say, for example, a employee can be, or employee is a tester. Employee can test any of the product or any of the software, as well as an employee can be a developer who will be developing any particular software. Are you understanding? And what I will write over here is A. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
okay, have you seen what is happening with the triangle? The triangle is changing. So, जब भी वो triangle bottom up है, I have to read from bottom to the top. Whenever that triangle is upside down, I have to read from top towards bottom. So here, employee is a tester, employee is a developer also. So when I'm going from top and dividing into subclass, it is specialization. When I'm going from bottom and making it a single entity, it is called as generalization. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
For your hospital, can you have specialization or generalization? Anyone? Like doctor and patient,
Specialization
both
can be
is
in
a
doctors.
person. Both can be a person. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you can add.
Doctors can be specialized into types.
Sorry.
Doctors can also be specialized
Doctor
into
can
their
also be
fields of
specialized. Yes.
specialization.
So you can have any specialization and any generalization, but whenever you add, see to it that you add the triangles properly, because based on the triangle we are going to read whether it is coming from top to bottom or bottom to top. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Please
Yes,
draw
ma'am.
these diagrams. ये diagram का
And
triangle.
will the generalized entities will have the columns or the attributes?
Yes. इधर का जो है ना person, एक मिनट, let me share. You show generalization, you show specialization. ER diagram में जिधर जिधर entity है सबको attributes आएंगे. ठीक है? At
तो
that time
डेटाबेस में तीनों रहेंगे.
हाँ. और ये देखो, ये डायग्राम में पर्सन को भी एट्रीब्यूट्स रहेगा, फैकल्टी को भी रहेगा, स्टूडेंट आईडी को भी रहेगा. अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
Okay, ma'am.
हाँ. बट अगर सपोज आपको ऐसा करना है तो यू कैन डू लाइक दैट ऑल्सो. यू कैन एड वन ऑफ द एट्रीब्यूट ऑफ दिस फैकल्टी इनटू पर्सन ऑल्सो. That means faculty के पास suppose you have faculty ID, faculty name, and faculty phone number. So if you want, you can in person you can have person ID, person name, and faculty ID also, just as a reference. ऐसा भी आप कर सकते हो. So in case if future if you want to join the tables or if you want to show any relationship, you have a common column that is faculty ID. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now next is reduction of a ER diagram. हाँ.
Ma'am, can you give break for 5 minutes?
अच्छा ठीक है, ले लो break for 5 minutes. 11:45 come back.
Okay, ma'am.
Is everyone back?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have seen how to draw ER diagram with entity, types of entity, relationship, types of relationship, then adding generalization and specialization. Now we'll see how to convert a ER diagram into a table. So once the ER diagram is drawn, how can we convert that into a relation table that we are going to see now? Okay. So see, what are the points that has to be remembered is entity types become the table. Entity type means entity types means what?
Single entity, multiple entity.
Yes, single, all, if there are multiple entities, all those entities or in your diagram will become a table. Okay, all single value attribute becomes a column of the table. जो भी single value attributes है वो क्या बन जाएंगे? Those will become the column of the table. ठीक है, the key attribute of an entity type is represented as a primary key. तो जो भी सिंगल वैल्यू एट्रीब्यूट्स है उसमें से इफ यू हैव मेड एनी वन एज प्राइमरी की और इफ यू हैव मेड इट एज अंडरलाइन टेक्स्ट that will become the primary key of your table. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If it is a multi-value attribute, it is represented by a separate table. Multi-value means अगर phone number को दो values है, email को दो values है, तो we have to make a separate table for that because we do not have multi-value attributes in our regular tables. Okay, so for that we have to make a separate table. Composite attributes are represented by component. Composite matlab
Which are made up of many values.
which are divided into many values. So we combine them and we write only anything one. So if I have name like Neeti, Rajendra and Patel, first name, middle name and last name. So out of 3, I will take the first name only. Remaining 2, I will keep it in a table separately and I will use it as and when required. Okay, I will not have a table with first name, last name and middle name, everything into that one table. Okay, that those out of the 3 composite values, the one which is necessary will be brought in the main table, remaining will be kept separately. Okay, or I can combine Neeti, Rajendra, Patel together and put it in the table as name only. Understanding? तीनों को combine करके नाम डाल दो या फिर keep only the first name and middle and last as separate in the separate column. So what is generally done? It is all combined together and given as a name. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is derived attributes are not considered in the table. They will not be written as of now in the table. They will be brought only when they are required. Understood? What we are supposed to do with each and every entity and the attributes of it, of ER diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let us see over here. This is the ER diagram. Now what entities we have? We have student. Student attends the course. Multiple student can attend multiple courses. Then courses, lecturer takes course. Multiple lecturer can take multiple courses. Student teaches, lecturer teaches student. Okay. Then lecturer teaches subject. So what is this student, course, lecturer and subjects? Those are nothing but the entities. उसके आगे जो भी हाँ
मैम लेक्चरर टू स्टूडेंट में ये मैं नहीं होना चाहिए था ना मैम.
अभी ये भी एक मिनट relationships can differ from person to person. Now you feel it should be many to many, but जिसने बनाया रहेगा उसको ऐसे लग रहा है कि एक multiple lecture teaches one student. That is also correct. If I have a small batches, now it may happen that I have me and Rupali madam teaching to everybody, but then it may happen that Charu madam is only teaching to Nishit, private coaching. That can also be done. So way of thinking is different in ER diagram. So you cannot say ऐसा ही होना चाहिए और ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
If you want, you give M to M. That is also correct. Multiple lecturers are teaching multiple students. For me, I can also say that it should be 1:M. एक lecturer teaching multiple students. So that all thinking is different. Therefore, we do not judge ER diagram with the thinking. We judge ER diagram with the notations, whether it is correct or not. Clear?
Ma'am.
Okay. So we have student, course, subjects and lecturer as tables. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Because what is the first thing? Entity type becomes table. So we have these all things as table. Okay. Teaches, attends, takes, teaches, has. All this will become relationships. Okay. So we do not have any relationship in our relation table. Relation structure में हम किधर भी relationship के बारे में table बनाते हैं क्या? नहीं. So we have to simply eliminate that. Okay. All these attributes will become what? They will become the columns of that particular table. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us see. Entity type becomes a table. तो अपने ER डायग्राम में कौन से कितने टेबल रहेंगे? टोटल 4. स्टूडेंट, कोर्स, लेक्चरर एंड सब्जेक्ट. So student, course, lecturer and subject will be 4 individual tables. अलग अलग tables. Correct?
मैं वो आरे कहेगा ना मल्टी वैल्यूड के लिए.
कौन सा है?
हॉबी.
entities become table. 4 ही entity है ना अपने पास.
नहीं, लेकिन मल्टी वैल्यूड का भी टेबल बनेगा ना.
एक मिनट पहले हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं? फर्स्ट का. मल्टी वैल्यू तो थोड़ा पीछे आ रहा है. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस. एंटिटी टाइप बिकम्स टेबल. वी आर गोइंग लाइक दिस. आएगा मल्टी वैल्यू भी आएगा, बट पहले यही कवर कर रहे हैं हम. एंटिटी टाइप बिकम्स टेबल. तो जो एंटिटी आपको बाहर से दिख रहे हैं उसको हम पहले टेबल बना लेंगे. सो वी हैव 4 टेबल्स राइट नाउ. All single value attribute becomes the column of the table. Single value means जिसके अंदर एक ही वैल्यू स्टोर कर सकते हैं. So we will take student entity. Student entity में क्या क्या है सिंगल वैल्यूज? Can I take student name?
Yes.
Yes, because it is not divided further. So I can take student name. Can I take student ID?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I take date of birth?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I take course ID?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But can I take address?
No, ma'am.
No. Can I take hobby?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Hobby is multi-value.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
And age is derived.
No,
So
ma'am.
those are having, those which are not single will be added, will not be added in the table. So student will have only student name and ID from the student table. Similarly, course के जो है वो course में add किए जाएंगे. Are you understanding this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is a key attribute of an entity type is represented as primary key. तो ये टेबल में हमने क्या क्या एट्रीब्यूट्स ऐड किया? स्टूडेंट नेम ऐड किया, आईडी ऐड किया, डेट ऑफ बर्थ ऐड किया और कोर्स आईडी ऐड किया. इसमें से अंडरलाइन किसको किया है?
Student ID.
That means student ID is what? Primary key. So when I insert the value, what I have to remember that it should be not null plus unique. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is multi-value attribute. In a student table, multi-value कौन सा है? Hobby.
Address.
Hobby, yes, hobby is multi-value. So what I will do? In a student table, a hobby is a multi-value attribute. So it is not possible to represent multi-value in a single column. Hence, we create a separate table called as student hobby. And what we will have inside it, we will have a student ID. Why? Because it is a primary student ID. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we suppose student ID is 101. My hobby is watching TV and playing outside. So what will I, when I make a table student hobby, what will I write? Student ID 1 watching TV, second row student ID 1 playing games. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
when I make a separate table,
Yes, ma'am.
when I make a separate table, so I will have multiple values in that table, repeating values. एक ID का बहुत सारे hobbies repeat होंगे. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is composite attributes represented by components. So in ER diagram, student address is composite. कौन सा है composite? Student address, no? Divided into street, door number, street and city, state and pin. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So in ER diagram, student address is composite attribute. It contains city, pin, door, street, state, etc. So in a student table, these attributes are merged into an individual column. तो ये सारे ऐड हो जाएंगे एक ही कॉलम के नाम से एज अ एड्रेस, एंड देन वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू राइट द वैल्यू यू कैन राइट वैल्यू ऑन दैट इंडिविजुअल कॉलम. समझा?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, clear? Then last is derived attributes are not considered. So in a student table, derived क्या है?
Age.
Age. So what do we do? Age is a derived attribute. It can be calculated at any point of time by calculating the difference between date of birth, current date and date of birth. तो ये जब लगेगा तब हम उसको calculate करेंगे, तब तक we will work only with date of birth. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
So when I convert this ER into a relation model, it will look like this. Can you see? Student table with all the attributes of student. I have to combine this as address, okay? Then I have lecture table, subject table, course table, और student का multi value hobby अलग से, जिसमें क्या रहेगा? Student ID और hobby. Now just tell me why I haven't connected student and lecturer.
Because student can be connected to a lecturer using a course.
But diagram में तो direct connection भी है.
हम उसमें कुछ common नहीं है ना.
Nothing is common, ma'am.
What kind of common?
हम foreign
Something must have common ID or
Correct,
some
correct.
name.
Some attribute should be common. If it is there, then only you can have a connection. For example, student और course क्यों connected है? क्योंकि course का course ID student के course student के attributes में भी है. Therefore, it is connected. Student का hobby and student is क्यों connected? Because they are having student ID as common. Lecturer and subject is connected. Why? Because they are having lecture ID as common. And course and lecture is connected because they are having course ID as common. So if a table is having something common with other table, then only it can be connected, or then only it can be joined. Do you remember? कुछ भी join करना है, कुछ भी connect करना है, so there has to be something common. Lecture और student के बीच में कुछ common है क्या? नहीं. कोर्स आईडी है, बट कोर्स आईडी खुद का है क्या? नहीं, वो किसी और का है, तो वो दो अपने अपने से कनेक्टेड है. बट इफ आई पुट लेक्चर आईडी हियर और इफ आई पुट स्टूडेंट आईडी हियर, देन आई कैन कनेक्ट देम. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to see this also. हाँ, बोलो.
Here only can in this case there can only be a one course ID for each student.
Student can have course ID. Sorry?
It can take multiple courses.
हाँ, it can take multiple courses. लेने दो ना, उसके लिए हमने इसको प्राइमरी की नहीं बनाया, हमने स्टूडेंट आईडी को प्राइमरी की बनाया.
मैम लेकिन बाकी एक कॉलम एक रो में
एक रो में
एक ही एट्रीब्यूट आएगा ना, मतलब एक ही वैल्यू आएगा ना.
चलेगा ना. हम लोग अभी इधर क्या कर रहे हैं? वी आर जस्ट कन्वर्टिंग इट इन फ्रॉम ER टू टेबल रिलेशन. हम अभी इधर वैल्यूज नहीं डाल रहे. जब वैल्यूज डालेंगे तब हमको चाहिए तो हम उसको सेपरेट बना सकते. बट वाइल रिप्रेजेंटिंग वी हैव टू रिप्रेजेंट इट लाइक दिस. सी, इफ यू वांट टू इंसर्ट, आप एक से ज्यादा हॉबीज भी इंसर्ट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, इट विल अलाउ यू टू डू दैट इफ देयर इज नो प्राइमरी की इन कॉमन. बट इफ व्हेन यू आर शोइंग इट एट दैट टाइम यू हैव टू शो इट सेपरेटली. तो अगर सपोज आपको कोर्स आईडी का भी सेपरेट करना है, सो यू मेक इट वन मोर टेबल, फॉर एग्जांपल स्टूडेंट अंडरस्कोर कोर्स आईडी लाइक दिस, एंड देन यू शो सेपरेट वैल्यूज देयर.
ओके मैम,
समझा? क्लियर अप टिल हियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now next is functional dependency. Now why are we doing this? There's a topic called as normalization. So we have completed ER diagram up till here. Okay. Now next is normalization. What do you mean by normalization? Normalization is process of organizing a data in the database. तो अगर मुझे database में data को organize करना है अच्छी तरह से, so I'm using this concept of normalization. Why do we use this concept? Because it helps us to reduce or minimize a redundancy. Redundancy means duplicate values जो रहते हैं, वो problem को solve करने के लिए we are making a use of normalization. ठीक है? So if I do this, all the duplicate values which I have in my table will be reduced till some extent. Okay? So what does this concept normalization do? It is applied generally on the very large table. So if a table is very large, and if there are multiple data into it, that means duplicate data into it, I can remove that duplication by applying this normalization. So what will that normalization do? It will divide that large table into small subtables, remove the redundancy from those smaller tables, and then it will link those tables. Understanding? Normalization क्या करता है? डेटा के डेटाबेस में जो डेटा है उसको ऑर्गेनाइज करेगा. Second thing, it is used to reduce the duplicate data from the database. जो भी duplicates है, suppose address थाने, then pin code 400603, some other student also having same address, same pin code. So ऐसा जो double data है, और it may happen कि मेरा address एक जगह थाना लिखा है, एक जगह मुलुंड लिखा है. So with what I am supposed to consider, थाना और मुलुंड, I do not know. So when there is such kind of duplication or redundancy, I can break that large table into small tables. By using the concept of small tables, I try to remove that redundancy, and then I can link the table from one to another and make it in a normalized form. Okay, that is what is normalization. But to achieve this normalization, we have to first understand what is this functional dependency. Now, what is this functional dependency? Functional dependency is a relationship that exists between the two attributes. किस पे है ये फंक्शनल डिपेंडेंसी? दो एट्रीब्यूट्स के बीच में हो सकता है. कौन से दो एट्रीब्यूट्स के बीच में? टिपिकली बिटवीन प्राइमरी की एंड नॉन प्राइमरी की ऑफ द टेबल. सो अगर मेरे पास ये टेबल है स्टूडेंट, तो स्टूडेंट आईडी इज प्राइमरी की, स्टूडेंट नेम इज नॉन प्राइमरी की. तो इन दोनों के बीच में क्या हो सकता है? देयर कैन बी अ फंक्शनल डिपेंडेंसी. ओके, देयर आई कैन से दैट स्टूडेंट नेम इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन स्टूडेंट आईडी. हाउ? आई कैन हैव टू सोहम, Soham Doshi and Soham Patel. But if I want to call Soham Doshi, if I say only Soham, what will happen? Both the Soham will come to me. But when I say 101 Soham Doshi, so will 102 Soham Patel come to me? No. Why? Because I have shown the dependency of Soham based on the ID 101. So we say that student name has functional dependency on student ID. Similarly, address can also have a functional dependency on student. When I say all the students staying in Thane come to me, but I actually wanted only Soham to come to me. So what I can do is all those who are staying in Thane will come. But when I say student staying in Thane with ID 101 come to me, then what I'm doing, I'm making that address dependent on the ID, and based on that, I am calling that respective student. So what is functional dependency? It exists between the two attributes. Which two attributes? Generally between the primary key and non-primary key attribute. So when I say X is to Y, what does this mean? The left side of functional dependency is known as determinant. So X is called as determinant. What is X and Y? X and Y are attributes. Okay. The one at the left is called as determinant, and one on the right is called as dependent. So we don't read as X dependent on Y, but we read as Y is dependent on X. So in our case, when I say student ID arrow student name, which means what? Student ID is determinant and student name is dependent. So student name is dependent or having a functional dependency on student ID. Is this understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So see the example. Assume we have a employee table जिसके पास attributes है employee ID, employee name और employee address. Here employee attribute, ID attribute is uniquely identifying. That means it is a primary key. This primary key is identifying what? It is identifying the employee name attribute of the employee table. Because if we know the employee ID, we can tell the employee name associated with it. So how is a functional dependency? Employee ID is to employee name. So all the employee names are dependent on the employee ID. So all the non-primary key attributes have functional dependencies on the primary key attribute. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So in this normalization, we use the concept of functional dependency. And based on that only, we try to reduce the redundancy by breaking the larger tables into smaller ones and then linking them to each other. So we have different types of normal forms, which are those 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, and 4NF. 4NF is also called as BCNF. Okay. So 1NF is first normal form, 2NF is second normal form, 3NF is third normal form, and BCNF is either fourth normal form or it is called as Boyce Codd normal form. BOYCE CODD, Boyce Codd normal form. I'll put it in the chat. It is called as BOYCE, Boyce Codd normal form. Okay. Now let us see what do you mean by all four of them. First NF, a relation is in first NF, it contains atomic value. Atomic value मतलब
Single value.
सिंगल वैल्यू. टेबल फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म में कभी होगा जब हर एक टेबल में हर एक वैल्यू एक ही है, तभी इट इज इन फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म. अगर नहीं है दैट मीन्स इट इज नॉट इन फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म. ओके. व्हाट इज सेकंड नॉर्मल फॉर्म? अ रिलेशन विल बी इन सेकंड नॉर्मल फॉर्म इफ इट इज इन फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म. अगर फर्स्ट में है तो सेकंड में हो ही जाएगा. उसके साथ व्हाट यू हैव टू चेक, all non-key attributes are fully functionally dependent on primary key. That means non-primary key attributes should be fully functionally dependent on primary key. That is that ये हमने जो अभी देखा, जितने भी नॉन प्राइमरी की है सारे प्राइमरी कीज पे डिपेंड होने चाहिए. उसके साथ साथ वो फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म में भी होना चाहिए, तभी हम बोलेंगे कि वो टेबल सेकंड नॉर्मल फॉर्म में है. क्लियर? यस.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is third normal form? A relation has to be in 3NF if it is in 2NF. 3NF कब बनेगा? जबकि वो 2NF में है तभी. ठीक है. उसके साथ there should not be any transitive dependency. Transition dependency means transitive dependency. A belonging to B, B belonging to C, therefore A belongs to C. Have you heard this?
Yes, ma'am.
When A belongs to C, if B belongs to C, we say A can also belong to C. This is what is called as transitive dependency or transitive association. तो थर्ड नॉर्मल फॉर्म क्या बोलता है कि ऐसा ट्रांजिशन नहीं होना चाहिए, A to B, B to C and A to C. अगर है तो वो थर्ड में नहीं है. That means ट्रांजिटिव डिपेंडेंसी नहीं होना चाहिए और उसके साथ इट शुड बी इन सेकेंड नॉर्मल फॉर्म. क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is fourth normal form, also called as BCNF. What does this say? For a table to be in 4NF, it has to first be in 3NF. Okay. After that, it should have no multi-value dependency. कोई भी multi-value पे dependent नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay. So if this is there, then the table is in 4 normal form. Okay, or it is in BCNF. Now let us see how do we understand this with the help of examples by considering each and every table. Before that, you will not have any problems on this. Whatever will be there, it will be only theory. Exam में इस पे problems नहीं आएंगे. Neither there will be any queries on this. Though we will understand with a problem, but will not have problems in the exam. Everything will be theory. Okay. Let us see first normal form. क्या है first normal form? It should have a atomic value. Atomic value मतलब single value. तो अगर टेबल में मल्टी वैल्यू है तो हम क्या करेंगे? उसको डिवाइड कर देंगे. करेक्ट? उसको टेबल को ऐसा बनाएंगे कि वो मल्टी वैल्यू होना ही नहीं चाहिए, वो सिंगल वैल्यू का ही होना चाहिए. ओके. So first normal form does not allow multi-value attribute. It does not allow composite attribute. Neither it allows a combination of it. What is allowed is only single value, that is atomic. So let us understand that we have a table like this. Employee table है जिसमें columns है employee ID, name, phone number and state. Now can I say, tell me which of the column is multi-value over here, or everyone is atomic?
Employee
Phone is multi-value.
Employee ID is atomic, चलेगा. Employee name atomic है, चलेगा. Employee phone क्या है? Multi-value. चलेगा क्या?
No,
नहीं
ma'am.
चलेगा, क्योंकि फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म क्या बोलता है? मल्टी वैल्यू और कंपोजिट अलाउड ही नहीं है. सो दिस टेबल कैन नॉट बी कंसिडर्ड एज फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू इज वी हैव टू मेक इट इन फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म. हाउ डू वी मेक इट इन फर्स्ट नॉर्मल फॉर्म? We make it in first normal form like this. This is our input table and we have converted it into a first normal form where employee ID 4, name John, first phone number you and the state as UP. Same employee ID, same name but next phone number and same state. So have we converted this multi-value into single value?
Yes, ma'am.
So when we do this, we have converted into a first normal form. Where what does a first normal form says? That the table should have only atomic value and it does not have multi-value. So we have converted that multi-values into a new table where all the values are atomic.
मैम
हाँ,
मैम मल्टी वैल्यू तो जॉन और दोनों नंबर तो इसमें भी आया ना मैम?
आने दो ना, फिर हम डिपेंडेंसी बताएंगे ना.
अच्छा,
Understood?
हाँ मैम.
Next is second normal form. What is second normal form? It should be in first normal form, and it should what should be there? All non-primary key should be dependent on the primary key. So before we understand the second normal form, we should know what do we mean by this prime attribute and non-prime attribute. Prime attribute means what? A attribute which is a part of a candidate key is known as prime attribute. What is candidate key? Any one can be made as primary key out of it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So your prime attribute is nothing but the primary key, and your non-prime attribute is nothing but the all those remaining attributes which are not a primary key. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Prime attribute means the column which is primary key. Non-prime attribute is all those columns which are not a primary key. Fine. If we follow second normal form, then every non-prime attribute, matlab all those non-primary key wale columns should be fully functionally dependent on primary key wala column. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So let us consider a table called as student project, which has columns like this: student ID, project ID, student name, and project name. Okay. Now I want to make this in a two normal form. How can I make it in a second normal form? Every primary key column should be dependent, or every non-primary key column should be dependent on primary key column. So if I achieve this, which means what? I have converted this table into a second normal form. Okay, let us see. So we have student project as a relation, and this table has two primary keys, which are those student ID and project ID. तो ये जो दो है वो क्या है? दो प्राइमरी कीज है. ठीक है. अभी हमने क्या किया है? अकॉर्डिंग टू द रूल, नॉन की एट्रीब्यूट्स, नॉन की कौन से है? स्टूडेंट नेम एंड प्रोजेक्ट नेम, एंड दे बोथ आर to be made shown dependent on these two. So when I do that, I achieve a second normal form. So what do I do is, student name can be identified by student ID. Yes or no? अगर दो student name है तो मुझे किसी एक को ही पकड़ना है, तो अगर मैं इसका डिपेंडेंसी student ID के साथ बताया तो can I catch the correct student?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I will have a table which will have a student ID and a student name. Okay, you can have a table only with these two columns also. Okay, I can have one more table where the project name can be identified with the dependency on the project ID. Correct? दो common project name है, but अगर उसका ID अलग है तो can I catch the correct project name?
Yes, ma'am.
How? When I show the dependency of project name on project ID. So I can have one more table created called as project, where I will have project name associated or dependent on project ID. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I have converted into two normal form, where non-primary key is dependent on primary key, non-primary key is dependent on primary key, but I also have to show the relation in the table. Why? Because I have broken one table into two. Yes or no? So when I do that, what is going to remain common? I have shown project ID as common. Or you can also have student ID, student name, project ID, project name, and student ID. Both are allowed. Any one of the primary key can be sent to any of the other just to show the relation between the two tables. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But this table will have student ID only as a primary key, and this table will have project ID only as a primary key. Dependency will be from student name to student ID, project name to project ID. But how are they both related? They are related with a column common called as project
Project
ID.
ID.
Understood? Second normal form.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want me to continue or you want me to stop here?
Ma'am, how much is remaining?
Only 3NF and 4NF, but they are very large. मतलब थोड़ा time लगेगा उसको. If I start, it will extend till 1:15.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Next week.
No, ma'am.
Next week.
Acha, do you want me to continue in the next week or should I make a video and give it to you?
No, ma'am. Continue next week.
अच्छा
Next
चलो
week, ma'am.
ठीक है. Then in the next week I will take half an hour more. Huh?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Give me your attendance. Wait a minute. Will you try to understand on your own? I will teach, but in the gap of 2 days, once PPT is uploaded, will you try to understand on your own?
Yes, ma'am.
करो try
Yes,
मैं
ma'am.
समझाऊंगी so that we finish early. I will explain you again, but try to understand so that if when I ask you something, you are able to answer me. फैजान start. Chat box में start करो. Wait, stop.